Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us for your Friday edition of the Weather Impact Show. This is something you don't see every day. The morning and the nightside meteorologists together putting on the show.
It's like peanut butter and chocolate.
It is peanut butter and chocolate.
It was a good idea then. It's a good idea now.
It is a great idea now. And we have great weather for you this weekend, so you can't blame either one of us now.
We've talked about that, and I was so happy last weekend was a gem. It was perfect. Our complaint box, which had been filling up over a while, empty. The difference is, I think, I put a percentage out there, Meredith. I've been kind of saying it tongue-in-cheek. 98% of everybody's going to see great weather this weekend, but the difference is going to be that heat kind of creeping up on you a little bit. I had the windows open Saturday, Sunday, Monday, even Tuesday morning. Yeah. It's going to be tough to do that this weekend.
Even like just going outside in the peak day yesterday, like that heat, you could tell was getting a little creepy out there.
Yeah, it is good windows down weather if you're driving in the car. A lot of motorcycles out there. Be careful. A lot of people on the cyclists and just kind of getting out there fresh air. But that's one of the things we're watching. That might add a little bit to the instability. We talked, without getting too weather geeky on you, one of the key ingredients to thunderstorms is having low-level moisture. We just haven't had a lot of that, which is fine, but that's going to creep back in the forecast too next week.
Exactly, like that storm we saw yesterday. I mean, it died out so quickly. There was nothing to really fuel it to keep going.
Well, it happens in meteorology because it is not an exact science, and if my family's watching, they're going to laugh at that. But between the 4 o'clock top of weather, 4:15, and then about 4:30 yesterday afternoon, it was nothing. It was there, and then it had moved, and I was like, we're kind of a moving target. But that's kind of what we had expected the past couple of days. We might see a few of those today.
Yes, but they will be more few and far between. You can see on our camera, it's beautiful out there on this Friday, which, by the way, who's excited for the weekend besides Jerry and I? Because we want you to have a fantastic weekend ahead. I know it's a little bit hazy. We've been talking about the wildfire smoke this week. There's probably still a little bit that's been lingering, that's been stagnant, but thankfully nothing with air quality this go around. So here's what we are looking at for those 10 weather impact headlines. There's still going to be a lot of sun in the forecast today. That's going to last through the weekend. Could see a spotty shower, but the big story this weekend changes to the heat and humidity that will be on the rise again. But hey, Ross County Fair kicking off. We are going to have a fantastic day for that. You can see those temperatures all day just staying in the 80s. With plenty of sunshine. And as we move forward into the second half of your day, throughout tonight, you're going to see it's going to hold on being pretty warm for us all the way through sunset. And so if you're going to any of the great events we have this weekend, I mean, there's the Tomato Fest in Reynoldsburg. I haven't been ever. It sounds good. I love pasta and sauce and all that, so tomatoes go into making of that. But for all the golfers out there, hey, I love when my Gopher golf is seriously every day great, and great. But this could literally apply to whatever you want to do this weekend, whether it's disc golf, maybe you're a pickleball player, maybe you're a runner. It's looking pretty A-okay in my book as we head into the weekend. So the forecast, again, you can see, again, I put this into motion through 5, and you saw a couple little splots there of green. That's kind of like what we were talking about from yesterday. If we see a shower, it's going to be like a needle in a haystack. It'll be here, it'll be gone, and then the rest of the evening you can see, really, the clouds clear out. It'll be pretty nice tonight, probably if you want to go stargazing, camping, great weather for that. And then as we go all the way through Saturday, really not going to see any issues there with our forecast. And so that's something I love to highlight for us. But for our Friday forecast, staying mostly sunny for the rest of the day today. Again, a spotty shower or two. Otherwise, the warm weather, you'll feel it. Dew points in the 60s, but we're getting into the upper 60s. So we're right on that bridge of being a little bit more uncomfortable, and our daytime highs topping out in the upper 80s. Now, don't forget, for all of my space lovers out there, tonight is our full moon. Moon rises this evening, and then as we go overnight, it will be at its fullest. Now, I'm going to be sleeping because it's the weekend, but if you get a picture, would love to see it. Make sure you tag Jerry and I and the team, and we'll try to get that out there for you on social media or on air. But, I mean, pretty perfect forecast for us. You can see as we head into the weekend, really no issues except the heat. That's the thing, is we are going to see those temperatures getting into the low 90s. The difference this go around versus the last time we had the low 90s, the humidity. Last time it was super soaked. We had the feels like near 100. Not going to feel that hot this weekend, so that's why we don't have a heat alert issued, but still going to be pretty hot as we head into the weekend. And then beginning of next week, things start to get unsettled again for us, and that's when we're going to see our better chances of showers and storms, Jerry. So definitely, I like this forecast so much.
Yeah. It's for the middle of August, we could be dealing with just about anything. And I do have to take a quick step back. I've seen the forecast multiple times, but just watching it and you saying it, the gopher forecast, like Gopher from Caddyshack, the gopher. I don't know if it does it on purpose or not. But it was
you know what? I never thought of that, but you're right.
Go
we need
for,
a little
go
gopher.
for. Yeah.
He needs
Yeah.
to crawl across the screen.
Yes. Yeah.
I've seen, you've golfed too. You see those out there. They're huge.
They are. The one thing, totally sidetracking, but it's on topic about golf. I went golfing in Pennsylvania a few weeks ago, and they actually had automatic lawnmowers over the entire course. It was like big, huge electronic grass cutting ants that were just really quiet, really neat. So totally off track, but it's new technology, which we love technology.
Okay, that is really, really awesome.
Yeah.
But we also have some really awesome stories we want to get to for you.
Yes. So on our final 10 Weather Impact Show of the week, we want to take a couple minutes to share some cool stories about the topics that impact our environment. First up, a Columbus-based company is finding ways to really cut back on waste.
And 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Aaron White shows us how they're doing this while making school lunches more sustainable.
Every year, single-use plastics end up in landfills and in the ocean, leading to tons of plastic waste here across the nation. But one local company is making an effort to be more sustainable here in Columbus.
D&O Produce has been working towards a more sustainable product for the past several years. They specialize in packaged fresh food for school nutrition programs across 17 states. The company's president, Alex DeNovo, says their progress towards sustainability really comes down from his father.
A lot of his work is involved in conservation. His whole life, that's been his passion project. So I think a lot of that kind of naturally rubbed off on us as a company.
Originally, the company had been using single-use plastics for packaging, but have now fully switched to a new film packaging with enhanced biodegradation and compostable cups. This new packaging is actually designed to degrade faster than traditional plastics.
So we ended up finding an innovative company that has an organic additive that helps the plastic to break down faster in a landfill setting, actually breaking it down within 10 years, which is really awesome compared to how long it can take for traditional plastics. That's the bulk of the waste stream that we're helping to create more sustainability for.
This switch is expected to replace 945,000 pounds of traditional plastic used in their operation each year.
Everything we did, we had to make sure that safety wasn't compromised in any way, shape, or form, and that quality wasn't compromised in any way, shape, or form, so that it's a net plus for the overall experience of the kids that are eating our product.
Reporting for 10 TV, I'm meteorologist Aaron White.
Wow. The stats, I can't.
That's a lot of zeros. 945,000 pounds a year. It's great. Great, we're heading in the right direction. I like that. Next up, we move down the Gulf Coast to fight against erosion. National Weather Service is predicting an above normal hurricane season.
And CBS's Katie Weiss reports on coastal erosion. It's a project that's meant to protect against a hurricane's powerful effects, but it's now at the center of a political storm.
Louisiana's coast is under threat. A quarter of the state's wetlands have disappeared in the last 100 years, an area the size of Delaware. The wetlands are a critical buffer that shield Louisiana communities from monster hurricanes.
We want more protection. We want more redundancy.
Massive flood walls and these man-made marshes are helpful.
You can reduce storm surge up to a foot with just a mile of coastal wetlands.
Alicia Renfro and Simone Malaz with the nonprofit Restore the Mississippi River Delta say that's not enough.
A tough lesson that we learned after Katrina, we have to think long term. We also have to think bigger.
It's been 20 years since Hurricane Katrina exposed the extent of the coastal erosion. Since then, satellite images show even more loss of marshland, an estimated 200,000 acres.
If these marshes aren't here anymore, what happens?
I think that's a future we don't want to think about.
Yeah.
They believe a proposed $3 billion project would have been the best way to save Louisiana.
We are very short on money, we're short on natural resources, and we are short on time.
The project would have diverted Mississippi River sediment to rebuild about 17,000 acres of land over the next 30 years. That would have the potential to absorb up to 10 feet of storm surge. But not everyone could see the benefits. Third-generation oysterman Mitch Jurisic filed suit to stop it.
Why were you so opposed to this project?
Because I know what it would have done our fishing industry, our commercial fishing industry here. And when you look around this harbor full of commercial boats, full of life, it would have just totally wiped us out.
Government records also showed it would have increased flooding and storm surge to some homes south of the site. This month, Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry scrapped the project, even though $600 million was already spent.
It's not my fault that y'all wasted money. It's your fault. Because you pushed this down our throat, knowing we didn't want it.
Jurisic says smaller man-made marshes like this one could be cheaper and wouldn't sacrifice his community for the rest of the state. But it's only a temporary fix.
They are dependent on those coastal wetlands that are disappearing, and once those wetlands are gone, the fisheries collapse. Doing nothing isn't an option.
A race to save this bayou region for everyone. Katie Weiss, CBS News, New Orleans.
Very good information there.
It is, just like a campsite, trying a couple examples of trying to leave it better than you found it. It's going to be a tough battle, though.
Exactly. Well, we wish them luck on that.
Yes.
And finally for you today, we want to go to a story building on Ohio's aviation legacy with a project that just got a major lift. Get this, a fully electric aircraft designed to carry cargo and passengers, and it landed yesterday in Central Ohio for the first time ever.
Make sure those batteries are charged.
Yes,
right?
for sure.
Great story, though. It's a growing part of movement to make flight more sustainable, affordable, accessible, and it's putting the Buckeye State right at the center of future of air travel. Meredith got the chance to check out this in person on Thursday.
Ohio continues to soar to new heights with the unveiling of this all-electric aircraft, the first of its kind to land here at The Ohio State University Airport in Columbus, Ohio. Another out-of-state aerospace company choosing Central Ohio to showcase its latest set of innovative wings. Beta Technologies highlighted the future of aviation Thursday morning with a flight demonstration of its fully electric-powered aircraft. This airplane is just one example of the industry's shift to developing a more affordable and sustainable choice for flight, with Ohio at the forefront of it all.
Ohio has a rich history in aviation, and we look to keep that going by expanding our mode choice here. And really, we view this as an opportunity for a new mode of transportation that will be integrated with surface transportation, with our roads and bridges and transit systems. And so it just gives people more options and more opportunities.
Efforts that aerospace companies hope will continue to carry on the legacy of aviation in the state, while providing more opportunities for communities to have more options for flight.
Whether it be cargo for moving packages around and opening up economic opportunities in small towns that get missed by the big cargo deliveries and can't compete with urban centers, or just moving passengers around. So if you want to fly to go see the Bucks play in Michigan, and it's a short flight, it doesn't cost a lot of money to go, you're going to probably take that flight.
Beta Technologies joins other organizations from across the country that are tenants at the nation's first National Advanced Air Mobility Center of Excellence in Springfield. For 10 TV, I'm Meredith Garofalo. And a fun fact about that, as before we get to some new video, they were saying that it could be around like $40 to take that flight because of the cost of electricity. Like, I watched the flight demonstration yesterday, and the whole demonstration they did, which was probably like 10 minutes or under, that was like $7.
I'm in.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's charging and certain things, but knowing that we're getting more smart and with our building and finding ways to save money and be sustainable.
Yeah. I like that too. Kind of maybe also get into some underserved or areas that just might be too small for some of the big guys and competitors to get there.
Yes, absolutely. All right, let's check out some new video that's here at 10 TV. First, a video sticking with our environmental theme. These were scenes from Buffalo, New York earlier this week as smoke from wildfires actually hazed over the city.
Not pretty. State officials on Monday issued an air quality health advisory for Western New York and other regions through late Wednesday due to that smoke from ongoing fires in Canada. Many fires still ongoing. Scenes such as this are likely to repeat through the end of summer into the fall, kind of getting into the dry season. Right. And unfortunately, Mother Nature is not offering much help.
And speaking of wildfires, how about this image from Colorado on Wednesday? Yikes. Photos from Meeker, Colorado. Resident Kelly Ryan shows the Lee fire that's blazing right now in the hillside. Unfortunately, the fire was still out of control on Thursday. I mean, I lived in Colorado, and when those fires just have all that space to go, it's terrifying.
And it just happens so quickly.
And it can happen anywhere.
Anywhere.
It can happen here?
Yeah, it could. And hopefully it doesn't. We might see a little bit of relief, as we talked about in the extended forecast, but the chance of showers about that big for the weekend and getting maybe just a little bit bigger into the next week. But we could use a little bit of rain as we're things pretty crispy and dry out there, so be careful.
And have fun and stay safe.
Yes.
Of course. Yeah. Well, that's it for your weather update here on 10 TV Plus. Now, coming up later tonight, meteorologist Michael Behrens is in for Jerry. But until then, you can catch more news, weather, even traffic online at 10tv.com. We hope you have a great afternoon and weekend.